BRICS nations just held an emergency virtual meeting, and the implications could reshape global power dynamics. In this video, we'll break down the key discussion points, analyze the specific concerns that triggered this urgency, and uncover the potential impact on everything from trade to geopolitical alliances. Prepare to dive deep. You won't want to miss this critical update.
You're welcome to the Pulse of Africa community. I hope you're doing great today. If you're joining us for the first time, don't hesitate to like, share, and subscribe to stay informed and connected to Africa's most important news reports. Your engagements will help this video to reach more people. Thank you very much.
Welcome back to the channel. So you might be seeing headlines about a BRICS emergency virtual meeting and wondering, well, trust me, this isn't just another bureaucratic get-together. It's a signal of significant concern about the escalating situation in the Middle East, specifically the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, and the potential for it to spill over into a wider regional crisis. BRICS, for those unfamiliar, stands for Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. It's a group of major emerging economies that are increasingly asserting themselves on the global stage. Think of them as a counterweight, or at least an alternative perspective to the traditional dominance of Western powers. Their combined economic might is substantial, representing a significant chunk of the world's population and GDP. So when BRICS decides to hold an emergency meeting, particularly a virtual one indicating a sense of urgency, it means something important is brewing. Well, the potential for a full-blown regional war is very real. We've seen the recent flare-up of violence between Israel and Hamas, which has resulted in devastating consequences for civilians on both sides. Beyond that, there are concerns that other actors, like Hezbollah in Lebanon or Iran, could be drawn into the conflict. This isn't just about Israel and Palestine anymore, it's about the stability of the entire Middle East, a region already riddled with complexities and tensions. BRICS, representing major global powers with vested interests in stability and trade, is essentially trying to find a way to ease the pressure. They're worried about the potential for economic disruption, humanitarian crises, and the further destabilization of a crucial geopolitical region. They need to discuss a unified BRICS response, not only to the immediate humanitarian crisis, but also to potential longer-term solutions and diplomatic efforts. Now let's delve into the real meat of this emergency meeting. While official statements will always paint a picture of unity and unwavering commitment, analysts and insiders are whispering about something else entirely: cracks in the BRICS facade. One major point of contention, and a likely driver for this emergency summit, is the widening economic gap between the members. China, the undisputed economic powerhouse of the group, is accelerating at breakneck speed, leaving the others, particularly Brazil and South Africa, struggling to keep pace. Are the smaller nations being used as pawns in China's global ambitions? Are they truly benefiting from the partnership, or are they simply providing raw materials and markets for Chinese goods? Think of Brazil, for instance. Under President Lula da Silva, there's been a renewed push for a stronger developmental agenda within BRICS, focusing on poverty reduction and sustainable development. However, aligning those priorities with China's focus on infrastructure projects and global trade deals proves challenging. Then there's India, a nation fiercely protective of its own strategic autonomy. While India is a key player in the BRICS New Development Bank, a multilateral lending institution intended to rival the World Bank, they also maintain strong ties with the West, participating in groups like the Quad, which is often seen as a counterweight to China's growing influence in the Indo-Pacific. This balancing act creates a tension within BRICS, raising questions about India's long-term commitment to a purely anti-Western alliance. And let's not forget, Russia. The ongoing conflict in Ukraine has undoubtedly strained relations within the group. While none of the BRICS nations have explicitly condemned Russia's actions, they've also been hesitant to offer full-throated support. This delicate dance reflects the complex geopolitical calculations each nation is making. How do they balance their relationship with Russia, a key ally in challenging the existing world order, with the potential economic and reputational damage of being associated with the conflict? This emergency virtual meeting, therefore, could be seen as an attempt to address these growing internal tensions and reaffirm the foundational principles of the BRICS alliance in the face of significant external pressures. The success of that attempt, however, remains to be seen. It highlights the increasing frustration with what many see as the West's dominance in global governance and the perceived ineffectiveness of established international institutions in addressing pressing issues. This isn't just about differing perspectives on the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. It's about a fundamental disagreement on the rules of the game, the allocation of power, and the right to self-determination on a global scale. So what can we, as global citizens, glean from this? Engage in respectful conversations with people from diverse backgrounds, challenge your own assumptions, and be willing to listen to arguments that contradict your existing worldview. Only through open and honest dialogue can we hope to bridge the divides and build a more inclusive and equitable global order. The speed with which this BRICS meeting occurred should serve as a wake-up call. The world is changing rapidly, and it's our responsibility to stay informed, engaged, and proactive in shaping the future we want to see. Okay, so that's the breakdown of the BRICS emergency virtual meeting, the discussion on escalating global tensions, the proposed solutions for economic stability, and the call for de-dollarization. Now it's your turn to join the conversation. What are your thoughts on the BRICS nation strategy?
And issues of common interest. As we speak, transformation unseen in a century is accelerating across the world. Hegemonism, unilateralism, and protectionism. China is ready to work with fellow BRICS countries to implement the Global Development Initiative and advance high-quality Belt and Road cooperation. We should leverage our respective strengths, deepen practical cooperation, and make our business, financial, scientific, and technological cooperation more productive, so as to strengthen the foundation, momentum, and impact of greater BRICS cooperation, and deliver more practical benefits to our peoples. President Luna referred to the Ukraine crisis and the conflict in Gaza. I agree with Brazil's position, as I'm sure we are all united on these matters. Distinguished colleagues, strong wind tests the resilience of grass, and fierce fire reveals true gold. As long as we step up to take our responsibilities and look out for each other, the giant ship of BRICS will brave the shifting international tides and sail far and steady. Thank you.
Thank you very much, President Xi Jinping. Now I would like to give the floor to President El-Sisi, who is the President of the Republic of Egypt. You have the floor, sir.
So much in the name of Almighty Cape. It's plunged in flagrant dualism in terms of double standards, blatant violations to the provisions of the international law with extreme indifference and without accountability, in light of systemic impunity and worrying escalation of unilateral conflicts and measures of protectionism. Such degradation undermines the foundations of international peace and security, takes humanity back to chaos, and the absence of law dedicates use of force for will imposition and realization of implicit ill will on the account of legitimacy and justice. Given such regression, it's not surprising to see crises aggravation, conflicts flare up, and war eruption, as well as the perpetration of heinous crimes such as murder and devastation that would remain as an erasable stigma chasing those whose hands are stained with blood. Such a deteriorating reality has weakened the efficiency of joint international action and restricted states and UN agencies to contend with urgent issues requiring highest level of coordination and collaboration. In this regard, the status of the Security Council is a flagrant example to what the international community has become as crippled and regressed. This has a direct adverse impact on the state's confidence in the UN system, particularly the poor performance of the very Security Council. Such erosion of credibility drove a number of states to demand comprehensive reform of the modalities of the Council, including an outright call to the cancellation of the veto right. By time, such merit has turned to be a tool for isolating the Council from field reality and leaving it incapable to undertake its pivotal role for dispute resolution and halting wars. Even though it is the UN entity enshrined with keeping international peace and security. In addition to the above, the fallout of this worsened international position has undermined the global economy growth rates and gains, threatening them with collapse. Today, the world is going through a noticeable slowdown in the economic growth rates and a regression in the international trade traffic and eroded interest in development and developmental financing issues.
Do you agree with their approach to de-dollarization? Let us know in the comments below. Your opinion matters. If you found this video informative, hit that like button. And if you want to stay updated on the latest geopolitical and economic developments, subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell so you don't miss a thing. We're bringing you critical analysis like this every week. Like, comment, and subscribe for more. That's it for now. Stay informed, stay critical, and we'll see you in the next deep dive.